The Department of Education has reviewed the latest version of the request for proposal for the $100 million modernization of a number of our island schools. DOE Superintendent John Fernandez says they hope to move forward over the next several weeks to finalize the proposal before pushing it out to bid. Topping the list for schools to be renovated is Sanchez High School.
I'll be honest, maybe just ballpark figures that have been thrown around, but it really depends on the proposals that come in the door with regard to Sanchez, because one of the ideas is to build a new school from scratch. The other idea is to be able to renovate part of the school that exists right now and then build around it.
To give an idea of what that cost may be, Fernandez says that Ontala Middle School renovation was a $12 million job. And when you take into account the size of Sanchez, which has about 700 more students, the cost is anticipated to be greater.
But again, we're really waiting for this process to start, because we're hoping that the partners out in the community who have these ideas will be able to give us a cost-effective way of building these schools.
Fernandez says until experts tell him differently, he hopes to be able to utilize the existing school in some form. But of course, they are concerned about some structural issues that may raise concern and will be evaluated and assessed. And if deemed not to be structurally sound, then more new buildings will be needed.
But I think right now what we believe is that there is going to be a portion of the school that will be available to the students while construction is going on. So right now we're kind of thinking through what a double session might look like, have them educated in place while the new facilities are being built.
He says the real question is how many new buildings in addition to the current structure will be needed.
Our big question is whether the main building will stay or go. There are some additional buildings that seem to be in pretty good structural shape that may need to be revisited, the quads in the area. We need to figure out what to do with the existing cafeteria, which is split between FB Leon Guerrero and Sanchez. So a lot of things on the table.
But he hopes students can continue to be housed in place and build around not just the school, but the other facilities, such as the sports facilities that the Sharks have been asking for years.
The other thing I'm also excited about is, in addition to starting work on Sanchez, another first investment will be in the capital improvement plan. So that's the master facilities plan.
This is the plan that has been identified for the rest of the schools, and that process will take into account all existing studies to include the Army Corps of Engineers report, bringing together all the needs of the school system to allow DOE to look into the future and help plan for future renovations or new schools. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Jolene Tovis.